Hello, welcome to another Adalo tutorial. Today, you're going to figure out how the difference between logged in user and current user, right? There are sometimes when you're building something that looks like a social media application, right? You're building a social media application and you want one user to be able to chat with the other user. So that just means you want to interact with current user and logged in user, or you want logged in user to be able to see all other users in, all other users in your mobile application. So let's say, for example, we are putting a list right here, right? We're creating a list right here, and this is going to be a list of users, right? This is going to be a list of users, and then we want to send the data screen. We want to send these details of this application of these users to another screen. So I'm going to send it to a detail screen. I'm going to send it to a detail screen. Let's just look for one. Hopefully I'll send it to this particular screen right here. So I'm going to say user details and just put it here. So this is my user detail screen, and okay, so I'm just going to refix the layout to make it mobile friendly. Just going to shift it down here, take it sideways to make it mobile friendly. Okay, so all these details here, they're all placeholder, they're nothing. So this is going to be I'm going to set up this list over here, all users, right? So when you look at this all users, there are some instances where you want to show the list of users except the user that's logged in. So for example, if you are on WhatsApp, you really don't see yourself, right? You don't see yourself as one of the logged in users, except maybe you decide to chat with yourself, use it as a wiki, right? So if you click here, you can see all users, right? And then you can filter where email is not equal to the logged in user. Current is not equal to the logged in user, right? Like logged in user's email. When the email is not equal to the current user's email, so it's going to show all the user, but it's not going to show the current logged in user. Okay, so I'm showing all the users, but I'm not showing the logged in user, right? The current logged in user, that means the user that has the phone on his hand right now. So I'm going to go to the database, click on the user, and just create some other demo user. So I'm going to say user1 at gmail.com, password for Paul user1, full name Paul Adams. So that's one. I'm gonna create another user, just add user2 at gmail.com, password user2 for Adams 2. So I've saved it right here, and meanwhile, so I want to make a connection from here down to this detail screen. So I want to make a connection, but first I'm going to change the title. So the title is the user email. I'm going to take it away, so you can see right here, if I use the magic test, add magic test, it's going to give me the current user email. So I'm just going to use the full name of the current user, and then the subtitle, I'm going to make it the username of the current user. So you can see we can use logged in user. So if I click on this, I'm going to click this, right? I'm going to click this and user to this other screen. That's going to be the action I'll put here, right? So let's go right here, simple list, add an action, take them to the user detail screen. So now we're pushing the data now, the current doc and the current user data to this screen. And when we come to this screen, I'm going to take this image away. Don't really need it. So I'm going to take this image away. I don't really need this. I don't really need this. So I'm just going to take this away. So let's just imagine this is going to be a conversation, right? This is going to be a conversation. So it's going to be, I'm going to click on the magic test. I'm going to say logged in username S, right? Click on the T and say current user username, right? This one is logged in user. Remember that we're passing the current user down here. So we have two users, logged in user and the current user. So now I can create, if I want to create a chart, I can create a chart between this current user and the logged in user over here, right? Over here on this page. So the thing that's the current user doesn't have to be the user that is logged in the application. It's just the user that you're sending resource from one page to another. The logged in user is the user who is logged in the application currently. So you have to be able to differentiate these two. Else, if you're creating very, very integral, very cool application like social media application, it can be very confusing if you do not know the difference between a logged in user and a current user, right? And also, if you are trying to maybe or you want to create any application that requires you to display data for a particular user, it might be a bit difficult for you to do that, right? So I think that's basically how it is. That's how it is. You can even use this as a feature, right? You can even use this as a feature where you're creating you're showing maybe all the jobs that belongs to a logged in user, all the jobs that belongs to a logged in user. Those are things that you want to create, right? So this is our user, right? This is our user, right? So if we click on it, it ought to go to the other page. Okay, it's not working, so let's go see why that's not working. Click on this. So I'm just gonna refresh this and see what happened. So click, so you can see logged in user and poor x2, right? So go back, click here, logged in user and poor x1, right? So you can see one of them is the logged in user and the other one is the user who is in the database, right? So that's just the difference, and I just thought that you guys should know this. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in a different tutorial entirely. Thank you.